Ladies and gentlemen, and we are back. First thing I want to say before we even get started in this podcast is man, my heart goes out to everybody in BSB last weekend at Alton Park. I lost a good mate of mine, Owen Jenner. And Jonathan passed away too. So nothing but love to everybody out there, all the families and all the friends. It is an absolute tragedy. So yeah, Godspeed to both, and see you on the other side. If anybody ever met Owen Jenner, he was a character, Jonathan. He was smiles for miles, baby, all day long. Always a clown, always an act, and that's what made him who he was. So yeah, big shout out to everybody at BSB, sending all the love from America over there to you guys. So yeah, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I got Jonathan Tiller in the hot seat tonight, baby. Let's go. What is
What's
up,
up, John?
John?
Not much, man. Not much. Ready to get in the swing of things and get the season started. It's been a
I'm
little late
ready.
start, but I'm ready to get in full swing.
Did you happen to watch the Moto America races from Road Atlanta?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was
Yes,
there.
sir.
It was awesome.
Um, yeah, yeah. So my favorite classes, obviously, Superbike, Super Sport, and Stock Thousand. So I don't miss those at all.
I'm a huge fan of the Stock Thousand for sure. I think it's an
Yeah.
amazing class. It's something that's I don't want to say easily affordable because everything's expensive in racing, but it's a cool class. You can go out and buy 1,000, and yeah, let's
Mm-hmm.
go. So yeah, man. So listen, Jonathan, me and you got a lot to talk about, man. I'm super excited to sit down with you. I've been excited since I reached out to you. So, man, let's just
Yeah.
jump straight into it. Jonathan, where did it all start for you on two wheels?
Two wheels. I was about 4 years old. My dad got me a PW50, and that's where it started from. Uh, Started with training wheels, and then did the dirt bike thing. Did a little bit of motocross down at Budds Creek in Maryland. Not too much, just got my feet into it, and we didn't stay in it long. But so started out on dirt bikes all the way up into my teenage years, and then my dad had a Katana 750, one of the old heavy ones, like it was like an 89 or something crazy like that. And he used to take me into a school parking lot. I was like 13, 14 years old. I could barely hold it up. It was so heavy. But I was just tall enough to stand on my tippy toes. And he would let me ride his bike in the parking lot. And that's when I started to switch. Cause I watched Supercross growing up, early, late 90s, early 2000s. And once he had got that bike and I started riding in the parking lot, my interest started to switch. By that time the stunt scene had started to pick up with the VHS tapes. Like I don't know if you remember the Star Boys and stuff like that. So like when the Shred Jixas came out and like I mean they were out, but like the 99 2000 era when they were real popular. My neighbor had one, and I was just like, oh, that's what I want to do when I grow up. I want to get one of them, and I kind of switched over to the street bike scene, and then uh watching Maladen and them on TV, on Speed Vision and stuff like that, I really started getting into the racing thing. So I got brought my first motorcycle in 2006. Yeah, 2006. I was a year out of high school. Took my tax money and went on. Back then, we didn't even have what is we didn't have marketplace and stuff like that back then. It was with Cycle Trader. You get at the
Yep.
grocery store that without the black and white, no color. And I went on and brought my first. It was an F4, carbureted Honda CBR 600 F4. That was my first bike, and I did the street thing for a while and got into the bike clubs, and then started meeting guys that like to rip and run up and down the highways and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, this more my speed. Let's. And then, I done been through numerous different street bikes and stuff. And then I had a buddy. Um, he told me, you can actually go to the track. And I just thought it was stuff that you could, just watch on TV. You know what I'm saying? Like if you wasn't pro, that's the only way you could do it if you were pro. So he's like, no, you can go do a track day, da 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 da. So 2011, I had a '06 R1. And we taped up the headlights, and he came and picked me up, took me to the track. Did my first track day, and I got humbled real quick. You know what I'm saying? So like the stuff we were doing on the street was like, I was thought I was badass on the street. I mean, I was, but once I got to the track, I realized like you don't even use the bike like you think you do on the street on the track. You know what I'm saying, or vice versa. But you really learn like, okay, you can really, really learn some things on the track. And once I got the taste of the track, it was like I never looked back. It was just like, God willing, if I got the finances to go, I'll be at the track and we can forget the street stuff. So
Yeah.
got to the track in 2011. I just did one track day then, and then 2012, I went and brought my first pickup truck, and then it was just downhill from there. Like the next year, I brought a trailer, and then I was buying this and that, and I just wanted to have all my own stuff because I was so into it. I didn't want to borrow other people's stuff, so I got all my own stuff and started doing track days. And then you know how it goes. You start out in beginner, and then you get the bump to intermediate, and you like, oh man, I'm an intermediate. And then your guys come, they still in beginner. You feel like you big stuff because you in the next group up, and then stayed there for a while, and then some of the guys like, you're not learning nothing else here. You need to go up to advanced, and then eventually got to advanced, and I'm like, sheesh, like it's just
Another
like,
humble pie.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I did that for a while, and then my brother had started because he raced with me for a while too. So he was paying a lot of attention to like the CCS stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like he would go up there and watch and watch lap times and stuff like that. And he was like, yeah, I think you could probably do like Rookies Cup. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I'm like, all right, maybe I'll give it a try. No, I had did my first mock race, I think with Team Promotion, back when they were still coming to Summit Point and stuff like that. And once I did that mock race, it was just like, oh, I want to go, I want it, I want all of it. You know what I'm saying? So, um, took my bike and fully tracked it out that year. I had my buddy take all the street stuff off and get race classics and all that. And then the next year, which was in 17, me and my brother, we did it together. We went to NC Bike with Roger Lau, got our race license, did a race school, got our race license, and then we started racing in 17. And that's just been it ever since.
It's been a wrap ever since. I love it, man. Everybody,
Hmm.
you know what I love about our sport, Jonathan, is everybody starts basically like you said, mom and dad, little PW50 or TTR50, CRF, whatever it is underneath the tree.
Yeah.
Some people start later on in life, but it all branches off. But we don't realize at the time, and I say it all the time, how much two wheels is going to drastically change our lives. You know,
Mhm.
fast forward X amount of years, and here we are, right? Same passion,
Yeah.
same love for the same sport. It's absolutely amazing. I remember being the street squid, Jonathan. I did the whole 9 yards. I thought I was Ricky Go Racer, badass on the
Mhm.
street, whether it was drag racing, racing up the mountain, whatever it was like, yes,
Yeah.
I'm this. And then forget it when I got my first leather suit, bro. It was nothing but popping off at the
Hmm.
mouth the whole time. You know the game and the routine, right? I think we all go through that phase.
Yeah.
Looking back, it's like, man, I'm glad I'm still here because I did some dumb shit on the street, dude, for
Um,
real. Um,
Man, we had nights where we would just get back home and just look up at the sky and just say our prayers like we shouldn't have made it home tonight. But I'm thankful and blessed enough that I got away from it when I did. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So yeah.
No, I mean, I feel you. You know, speaking of that, with all the influencers on we see everywhere riding fast on the street and all that, it's cool and all, but it is super dangerous to do it. I recommend everybody go do a track day. You'll learn so much more. You'll be in a safe environment. Yeah, it's. But I remember them days, and I remember very well my first track day. Man, I was full of anxiety, Jonathan. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, what do you mean safety wire? Oh, a safety wire. What are you talking about? Drilling bolts? Like, what is this? And draining your radiator fluid and running, distilled water or water wetter back in the day. All
Yeah.
this stuff that when you show up, you find family at the track that you never realized would become family, and they help you out
Oh yeah. Oh
because
yeah.
they want to see you out there on the track having fun because that's why we're all there,
Mhm.
right? Yeah, it's absolutely. I remember my first track day. It's something I'll never forget. Just like the first time we drug our knee, yada yada yada, the whole
Yep.
nine. So it's yeah, man. It is a beautiful thing to see. And you said you and your brother, right? So you and your
Mm-hmm.
brother obviously are super close together, which is
Yep.
absolutely wonderful. Growing up, riding, being competitive with your brother, you guys push each other too as well.
Oh, I got stories on that, man. Oh man. So
I was
I
gonna say you
I
got to tell us one.
so our amateur year, which was in 19. Our goal was to look. Let's just get enough points because we already knew it was expensive, right? So we had already been doing it. What going on 2 years. So in 19, we said, listen, let's just get enough points. We'll start early, which was CMP was like the first round, like early April, like the first second week of April. And our plan was to get enough points to make it to expert, which you need 400 points. So our plan was by summer break, which is usually right after the summit round in July. If we had enough points, that was going to be it because we didn't want to go broke. You know what I'm saying? So come summer break, we look at the standings and we were 1 and 2 in every class, Mid Atlantic and Atlantic. So whatever class he was in first, I was in second, and vice versa. So we wound up ending the season with 3 championships apiece. So whichever class he got, like I said, first, and I got second, and whatever class I got first, he got second. So and it definitely brought some tension out between the two of us. Even I don't remember how old I was at that time, but it was just like the teenage brother rivalry. Like the gloves came off. I mean, and they really came off a few times. The
He said, "Yeah."
CMP
He said, "We
round.
went round to
Oh
round, baby.
man,
Let's go."
this
Yeah.
the CMP round. He almost got left in South Carolina, but it was a it was a crazy ride back home. After that weekend, you know what I'm saying,
I
and then
do.
things had settled down after that, and the Jersey round was the last, I want to say, Mid Atlantic round. So it really came down to whoever finished best in that race. So man, it was like all season long, like being a big brother, it was like if he had first and I had second, it was just like, hey, if my brother win, I won too. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I didn't really have the urge to you know overdo it just to be my brother. You know what I'm saying? So when the Jersey round came around, it was like that's out the window. If I need to send you to the moon for this championship, you gonna get it. So Jersey round, it was a fight. Like it was a man, it was a fight. Like our whole family came out to support that. Cousins, aunts, uncles, mother, father, like everybody came out to support that one. And it really did go down to the wire. But I got the best of him, he got the best of me, and that weekend went down just like the championships did. So it was fun. He's thinking about getting back into it, but it was fun to have a sibling to go at it with. I mean, we had some days we didn't talk, after the race weekends, and it was almost like I'm not trailing your bike. You come get your own bike and trailer it. You know what I'm saying? It got tense between us real bad.
That's part of I often ask my friends that race, how do you mentally um keep friends at the track and separate the two when that visor goes down, right? Just like what you
Mhm.
said, like we're friends. When that visor comes down, bro, you're done. Like I will straight stab you in the back. I'm coming on the inside. I'm
Mhm.
doing whatever I can, what I got to do to win, right? Um,
Mhm.
Afterwards, yeah, we can have a beer and throw some burgers and dogs on the grill or whatever. Sometimes it don't work out that way, right? But that's
Yeah.
that's part of that competitive edge, being an older brother, having a younger brother in there, like what you said, I was gonna, if he finishes first, it's cool. I'm proud of him. And then when the day comes, you're
Mhm.
like, nah, fool. Everything I
Yeah.
said, I lied. Straight up
Mhm.
lied. Like it was I played that off emotions and I'm sorry, but
Yep.
Now my heart's telling me something different, and you're
Mm-hmm.
done, right? So but having a brother constantly around you growing up being competitive also pushed you guys to where
Mm-hmm.
you are today. You didn't realize it at the time, but it also made you who you are and where you are.
Mm-hmm.
And you said he don't race no more, man. Boo, he needs to get back in
Nah,
it.
he's thinking about getting back into it. Sometimes it just gets the best of us, and we have other things and other responsibilities that we got to tend to. So, when the timing is right, he'll get back. He'll get back. But yeah, we definitely pushed each other. And the crazy thing is, I ran some of my best times in amateur class. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like the year that we were doing it. I ran my best times those years, and when I got to expert, it was like a step backwards. So, I can honestly say, he was definitely a part of that.
I
So.
love it, man. I
And then
love it.
it was
And
some other guys. It was some other guys in the mix as well,
oh, for
and
sure.
some of them guys that were behind us in the amateur, like now I can't even. It's not. I can't do nothing with them an expert. You know what I'm saying? It was like they definitely returned a favor. Like you kicked our ass in amateur, but now there's nothing I could do with them. So
He's like, hey, man, Jonathan, I brought you a whole slice of that humble pie today, baby. You ready to eat? Like,
yeah, it's
I am
it's
kind of
it's
hungry, but let's see how hungry I really am,
yeah,
right? Like, bring it, baby. Let's
It
go.
was it was a few guys out there that really ran with us. It wasn't just me and him. So I
Facts.
can't make it seem like that, but it was definitely a few other guys that were in the mix for sure. And like I said, now an expert, I can't even touch him. But yeah, I miss having him out there. He still comes and support every race weekend. He's there helping me tire changes and just wherever he can help out, make things a little bit easier in the pits. He's there, so.
And he's
He
also
misses
talking
it. He
trash,
misses
right?
it.
He's also talking
Yeah.
trash to you, Jonathan. Come on, man. He's like, dude, what are you
Nah,
doing out
he's the
there?
he's the quiet one. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? So
okay,
I'm
okay.
I'm I'm the people person. I'm always up, and he's the one that first call. He's in somewhere tucked away, just trying to calm his nerves and stuff like that. But I mean, once he got on a bike, it's like all that went out the window.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I miss him. I miss him. He'll be back soon, I'm sure.
I love it, man. I love the camaraderie. It's a beautiful thing to see. 110%. I see that ZX10 in the background right there.
Yep, that's what
Yeah.
I gotta change the brakes on it.
Yeah, show us the bike, man. That thing's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah. So let's see. Gotta- So this is one of them.
Love
The
it.
other one outside. I had to close the garage so that the light wouldn't you know
Yeah, blind
affect
me. Yeah.
anything. But yeah, but
Uh,
yeah.
does she have a name? Are you the type of person that name your bikes?
I used to. Not it's just the twins at this point.
He said it's just the twins.
The
I used to
twins.
name my bikes. Then I realized I don't know what it was. I woke up one day. I was like, it's just a tool that helps me have the most fun I've ever had in my life and makes me feel the most free. Right. So
Yeah.
I still refer them to me as women because you see a beautiful woman. It's like, man, I got to salsa dance with
Mhm,
this woman. Right. And then another
mhm,
beautiful woman comes by. You're like, oh my God, look at that girl. I wanted to salsa dance with her. And then you get on her and it's completely different the way she talks to you, the sensation she gives you, the whole nine. So it's yeah, man. I feel you on that. I love it. I love it. So, dude, we're in 2025, bro. Let's talk about
yeah.
a little bit of 2024 last year. How did your year go
Okay.
in racing?
So let's see. 24. 24 was kind of a short year. I think I only did like one. I want to say I did two Jersey rounds and two summits. One is usually it's usually three summits. One of them got kicked for whatever reason. Ezra didn't have the late summit round, so did Memorial Weekend. Um, it was okay. Like I said, definitely still you know behind. So got some catching up to do. It was an okay weekend. The second weekend, same thing. The one Jersey round, it was man, it monsooned up there to the point, and a thunderstorm that came through, and it thundered and lightened so much. But can't remember, but I believe they canceled the rest of the day and gave out credits. I want to say the first jersey round. So it wasn't a busy season for me last year. Like I said, trying to get back into the swing of things this year, uh, with work and stuff like that. It was kind of hard to do it the way I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? And the proper way to do a race weekend, you need to be there on Friday to do the practice day and be good to go for the races. And it's just like I would be showing up Saturday morning with two practice sessions to go and trying to go out there with guys that have been riding all day the day before.
Yeah. Starting out
So
on your back foot.
yeah, and then you realize like, and not to take away from amateur, but in amateur it's like the window is so wide where my amateur years I could just show up and race. You know what I mean? It was a good three or four guys you really had to worry about. You know what I'm saying? But then an expert, it's like everybody's out there punching. You know what
Everybody,
I'm
you're
saying?
like,
So
what am I doing?
it's like it's almost like you have to treat it like your career, right? I mean, if you want good results and stuff like that, but if starting out on a back foot like I was, it's like you're selling yourself short because you're out here with two sessions trying to get warmed up, and guys been out here all day the day before.
All day.
So this year I was trying to take a new approach, like Memorial Weekend. Well, all the rounds that I'm scheduled for this year, which is the Summits, the Jersey. I actually put in to go to Atlanta in August. So I took off, made sure I'm able to get there on Thursday to ride Friday and do the races Saturday and Sunday. So just hoping I can stick to the plan. Finances play a big part in that, and then just with the economy and work is up and down. So that's the plan for this year. But I mean, 24 was an okay year. Didn't do too much, but still had fun hanging out with the guys and stuff like that. So.
It's always fun to be at the track, see, all our family for sure. I
Mhm.
really enjoyed my weekend at Road America. I mean, Road Atlanta. I always say Road America. It was. I love that track. I love the play. What was cool is was Friday night. Um, Me and my buddy went, and right across the street from Road Atlanta, that they had the drift series. Man, we're out there
Mm,
drifting cars. That was really cool, man. We showed up, parked on top of the hill, cracked a couple beers, and watched
mhm.
them do a whole bunch of drifting. Um, yeah, it's I will be I'll be at Cycle Jam at the end of May at Road Atlanta. Is that something you plan on going to too as well?
At the end of May, probably. Now, I think I heard you talking about it on your recap, your barber recap with
Yep.
the guy you did the podcast with. No. So my thing was Memorial Weekend with Azra is like always the biggest round every year. It's like you can't miss Memorial Weekend.
Yeah.
So I was saying to myself, you know what? I really want to get to Atlanta, and I know that Weir is Cycle James Weir, right?
Yep.
Okay. So my plan was to do uh Memorial Weekend last year was going to be my last, and then I wanted to go to Atlanta with Weir this year. But towards the end of the season last year, Azra actually added Road Atlanta on its schedule last year and also this year. So my plan is to be down there in August.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love it.
So the only
This
way
is
I
a
won't be there is my baby girl is due. So I'm gonna be a pop at some point in August. So she just happened to be due the same week. I said, I hope that baby come a little early because I need to be in Atlanta
I love
that
it, man.
that weekend.
Congratulations,
So
bro.
yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So
First
if
one.
yep, yep, first grandbaby. So uh if for some reason I don't make it to Atlanta, I'm gonna switch my vacation and try to do Barbara track day with N2 in November. But I really want to go see that museum down there.
Me too, bro. I'm with you. It's a track I've never been to, but I will be
Mhm.
going there next year for sure. Um,
Yeah, so,
Jonathan, this is a question I ask all my friends that
mhm.
race. When you prepare for battle, do you have any superstitions you do? Is there a certain routine you go through? Right glove on before my left glove, anything like
No,
that? Or
no, it's just try to stay as calm as I can. But no,
all right,
I don't. I used to playing football and sports when I was young. I did, but once I realized it, It didn't matter how things were going to play out, however it played out. I was like, oh, forget that. So, no, no, not really. It's just try to stay as calm as possible and just whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
Whatever happens, happens. Wherever the chip
Yeah,
falls, they lay, right? Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
So,
I want to get to a comment real quick. Royce Davis, bro, what is up? We got Royce, we got Jenny Ford. What is going on, Jenny? We got Jamari. What is up, Jamari? Jason Bartlett and Jimmy Chance with us right now. What is happening, everyone? Um, yeah, man, racing is absolutely everything. Track day, just riding in general, man.
mhm.
Who don't enjoy throwing their leg over a bike and just feeling that freedom. Listen, I wish you the best successful year this year. I know racing's tough. I know it's expensive. I know there was times where I'm like, yeah, I'm doing this track day. I'm doing this track. I had it all
Yeah.
planned out this whole year on my calendar, and sometimes I made a lot of them. Sometimes I made less than half of them, just because
Mhm.
of life, and then kids and everything else that happens in between.
Yeah.
I always try to get back out there for sure. 110%.
Yeah.
Have you been to any Moto America races?
Yeah. So I've been this past in 24. I went up to Jersey.
Nice.
I went up to Jersey. I had went to Jersey some years before that. I believe it was when Moto America first took over in 15. I want to say
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
went up
14,
there,
15.
but oh man, I loved it. Like when I usually go to those events, I try not to take anybody with me because sometimes I get caught in the zone, and I'll stand like at the attack setup. Like I'll just stand there and just admire what they're doing and just watch for 20, 30 minutes and just not move. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or just whatever the case may be. And usually you take somebody else, you want to move around, they want to do this. I'm like, I can't entertain you today. Like this is just like what I love. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I grew up watching, my Latin and Duhamel and Hayden and all them back in the early 2000s. So to actually be there now and see this stuff is just like I'll just stand there and just be amazed and just I could just watch it for forever.
I'm
Love
with
it.
you,
I
man.
love being
I'm
there. So
with
I'm
you.
gonna try to
So
get the VIR though.
for the Moto America round,
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get
yeah,
down there for
I'll be
that.
there. I'll be there, and I'll be at Jersey too. So if you don't make VR,
Okay.
definitely come out and hang out with me at Jersey. I'll take you around and introduce you to
Mhm.
whoever you want to meet and get you autographs, pictures, and all that cool stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like you. I'm such a fanboy. It's hard for me to cut it off when I show up to the races. Even though I'm friends with a lot of them, I'm
Mm-hmm.
still in awe. Right? It's absolutely amazing what they do. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
excuse me. And to see him do it, it's just I stand there like turn one at Atlanta, and I'm just like, yeah, it looks easy, but it's not. It's not easy at all, right? So yeah, man,
Yeah.
good stuff, man.
Yeah.
So 2025, you plan on doing 3 or 4 rounds this year?
So I got Summit. Believe it's three summits. We got Memorial Weekend, maybe one. Oh, 4th of July weekend is a summit, and then I believe there's a late summit somewhere. I want to say maybe. I gotta look it up. I'll put in for all of it, but I know two jerseys, at least two summits, and then Atlanta as far as racing, and then whatever track days I can squeeze in between.
In
So
between it all, I love it, man. I love
yeah,
it. I love it,
whatever I
man.
can
So,
squeeze in there.
what do you do for a living, Jonathan?
I drive trucks, track trailers. I service Chick-fil-A's and Chipotle. So all the stuff that you get from Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, I deliver all that stuff. Yeah,
I
all of
love
it.
it, man. I love it. Are
From
you?
from from their paper cuts to the actual chicken. We do all that paper goods and frozen stuff, all that.
I love it, man. Is that local? I mean, let me. What I mean by local is you're in town and you're home every night.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm home every day. So I work overnights.
Okay.
So we go in and service the stores once they close. We have keys to all the stores and I have a set route, 4-day work schedule. I'm off Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesdays. Yeah.
I
So
love it,
yeah,
man.
service Chick-fil-A's and Chipotle.
I love it, man. Who don't love Chipotle or Chick Fil A, right? It's their
Hmm.
They're really good. Do you get free food when you go in there?
So sometimes they hook us up. Like my first Chipotle, uh, we usually get there right as they're closing. So after the first store, you usually don't see the customers because they're gone. But my first Chick-fil-A, yeah, they usually hook us up. They usually hook us up. I don't always go there like, hey, what you got for me? So
Yeah.
usually if they just pass something off,
You're like, thanks, man. I
yeah,
appreciate it.
really appreciate it.
Yeah.
But um,
Facts.
yeah, they look out for us.
I love it, man. I love it. So, you grew up in the sport like I did, watching on
Hmm.
TV from Speed Vision to they had it on TNT there for a while, of course. Matt
Hmm.
Millad, Miguel Duhamel. Who was your favorite growing up? Who did you root for? Who was your number one?
It was my Latin for a while until guys, I started to hear about the attitude and stuff, and then it was just like, uh, I mean, I listen. What he did was amazing, right? You know what I'm saying? He did it for a lot of years, and then it was Milan for a while, and then Ben Spees came into the picture, and then I was a Ben Spees fan, and then Josh Hayes took over. And I mean, it's always the guy that they got the camera on most, right? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So when they got the camera on, Milan dominated for so many years, and then Hayes dominated for so many years, and it was just like the camera was always on them. So you don't get a chance to really pick up on a guy's mid pack, whatever the case may be, because you just really don't know. Now, in today's world is different because some of the guys in stock thousand, I race with them on a club weekend. You know what I'm saying? So when a stock thousand race come on, I got guys that I'm rooting for that's out there, riding when I'm riding. So now I got a whole list of guys I'm rooting for. But
Right. Me too.
yeah,
Everybody asks me, who's your favorite rider? All my friends that race,
yeah,
wherever they are, Australia, BSB, wherever around the world, they're all my
yeah.
favorite. So,
Yeah, so I was a huge Suzuki fan though. So it was almost like even if Yates won or Ben Spees won, it was I liked Milan, but then it was also like a team thing. Like long as Suzuki was winning, I was good.
you was good.
Yeah, I was
Uh,
good.
I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah.
I've heard a bunch. I actually know Mladen, had a bunch of conversations with him. Such a
Mhm,
cool guy, down to earth, But at the time, he was just that. He was like Mick Doohan. At the time, there was no
mhm.
friends. I don't care. Don't give a shit. I'm here to just beat everybody and do what I do, and I'm going home.
Yeah.
Some people don't like that. Other people are okay with it. I think it's a mindset thing, right? You
Mhm.
can't let nobody close to you because you got to beat everybody all the time. But that's how a lot of them are so successful the way they are, because of that. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, I miss those days, bro. I really do, man. It's today. I love the racing today, but
Mhm.
it's not like the golden era was back
Nah.
then, So for sure,
Man, I still got some of the DVDs from '05, '06, and '07. Yep.
I
And
love
I'll
it, dude.
watch them from time to time. I wish I could figure out a way to transfer it over to like a USB or something, but yeah, man, those were some of the good days of racing. I mean, every class had 20, 30 bikes strong. Like when I was
Strong.
watching the stock thousand race down the line, I said, sheesh, that's what Superbike used to look like.
Absolutely, absolutely. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
you said
What it used
DVDs. I remember when DVD recorders come out, I used to record. Man, I got a stack of recorded seasons of MotoGP and
Oh
stuff
wow.
on DVD. But I was going through cleaning out my garage, and I come up this old box. I actually got some VHS videos of 1997 Laguna Seca and Doug Chandler and all
Mm.
them. So yeah, it's I pop them in every once in a while. Watch them. I wish that Moto America did something like MotoGP did on their app, where they archived all races all the way back up to like the late '80s or
Oh
whatever, so you
yeah,
can go
yeah,
back
yeah,
and watch all the previous seasons.
yeah.
That would be
That would be
really,
nice.
really cool. Yeah, it
Yeah.
would. So, as far as road racing today, bro, do you watch, like, obviously Moto America, but do you
Mhm.
watch Allman TT, BSB, anything like that?
So I'm mainly Moto America and World Superbike. I know the last time we talked, you were, telling me how to get into the BSB thing. Um, I watch BSB back when not sick Shaky Burn was winning on the ZX10, so it was like 13 maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. For some reason, wherever they were broadcasting, I used to be able to get it on TV at that time. I can't remember what it was on, but I was able to get it. So I watched like a season or two. But mainly World Superbike, Moto America. I've been trying to get more. It's hard. GP is hard to remember everybody because there's so many different teams, and it's just like I don't know. Just with the bikes, it's like it's easy to remember who's riding a ZX10, right? Because obviously it's green, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But with MotoGP, it's like 1,000 Ducatis and then so many Hondas, and it's just like the color is just hard to remember who's who. So I've been trying to just study it, but I just can't get it. But I watch it. I just can't remember from week to week who did what though. I mean, obviously the Marquez brothers been winning lately, so
Yes, they
outside
have.
of that, it's just like oh wow, it's just hard to really remember who's who, and then they switch teams so much. It's just like well shit, he was just on a Yamaha last year, but I mean I'll watch any race, and if I can get it on TV, I'll watch it.
Facts. Well, Bennett'sBritishSuperbikes.com. You can watch PSB for free. It's one thing
Yeah.
that I really love about it. Top Rack is my guy. And
Oh yeah.
dude, Top Rack's my dude in World Superbike. And I'm also a big fan of Scott Redding. A lot of people give me
Mm-hmm.
shit for being a fan of Scott Redding, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a fan. So yeah, I watch World Superbike. I watch it all. I'm a nerd. That's basically all the TV I watch is road racing. So Dial Man TT is getting ready to start. Northwest 200 is actually going on
Yeah.
this
I just seen
week.
that.
Yep. And then after that, we got the TT coming on for the fortnight, is what they call it, which is 2 weeks. You guys can go to TT Plus, plug right there for TT Plus. It's only like 26 American dollars
Mm-hmm.
for the 2 weeks. But you also they have a lot of TV series in there too on the app too as well. It's free to download. They have Between the Hedges, which is if you haven't seen Between the Hedges, you absolutely got to see it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a TT by far is my favorite race of the year, hands down. So for those next 2 weeks, I'm just going to be straight up in my phone. Like I even ignore my mama, and I'm sorry, mama, if you call me TT races going on, it's ignore, bam, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, and then I got to call her and kiss her ass. I'm sorry, mama, I was watching the TT, but she already knows what time it is anyway. So yeah, man,
Yeah.
good stuff. Listen, this has been fun, man. We're almost 40 minutes in this. I want to get away from all the motorcycle talk, and
Mm-hmm.
I want to get to know Jonnathan Tiller away from all the motorcycles. Um,
Yeah.
so the first question I'm gonna ask you, man, is are you a pet owner? Do you have any pets?
No, I got a bunch of. Oh, I do. I have a cat and a bunch of fish.
I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
2 dogs and 2 cats. When my son was born, I dabbled with a couple fish tanks, and it was just another thing that cost money and took up my
Yeah.
time. I'd rather spend it elsewhere. So I stopped
Yeah.
that shit. I would love to get a saltwater tank at some point.
Yeah.
My buddy's got one, and it's just absolutely
Yeah,
amazing.
mine's just a regular 55-gallon freshwater tank. I've been in a fish tank since I was little. We
Yeah,
used to go to the creeks and stuff and catch crawfish and bring them back home and throw them in fish tanks and stuff like that. So, yeah, I've
I feel
always
you on
been
that.
into fish. Yeah.
Listen, I was born at the beach. I love all fish. I'm the same way. I go to the creek. I catch little turtles and little fish and bring them back. I used to do the same thing. Another thing me and my buddies used to do, man, is we used to catch spiders, right? Did
Hmm.
you know if you catch a spider, 2 spiders, I catch one, you catch one in a cup, we put them in front of each other, oh, they're going to fight. It don't matter
Mm.
what size, what kind of spider they are. So we used to bet money at little kids. Oh, I got a nickel on
Oh,
my
wow.
spider, stuff like that. Yeah, man. So I feel you. I've been down that
Yeah.
times have changed so much when me and you were kids to what it is now. So yeah, man. Um,
Mhm.
let me ask you this, bro. Are you a coffee drinker?
Yes. Yes. When Red Bull and stuff stop working, then I switch over to coffee.
Oh man, I
So
love
so
it.
so right now the Red Bull is still kind of working. Coffee is more so like when it start to get cold out. I'm headed to work at night and it's chilly, and instead of the Red Bull, I'll grab a coffee. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It helps warm me up, and Yeah, I do drink coffee though. Yeah.
I do too. I like a lot of times I like my coffee black. Because that's when you taste the real flavor of the coffee, right? Don't get me wrong.
Mm,
There's other times I add shit to it, right? Depending on what mood I am. But yeah, I'm a absolutely one. As soon as I get up, it's yeah, gotta go make my cup of coffee in the morning before I get ready for work. So,
mm, yeah.
dude, tell us something we don't know about you at all, Jonathan.
Whew. Uh, I mean, anybody? I don't know.
Oh, there's something.
I'm trying to think. You might have had to ask me this one a while ago, so I could dig deep and think on this one.
I could have
Um,
done that. That's awesome. Yeah, anything
mm,
like I don't like sushi, or I used to be in a rock band in high school, or
um, I don't know.
I wanted to be a
Uh,
professional basketball player growing up.
I don't know. I mean, growing up, I'm pretty much doing what I wanted to do. I always wanted to drive trucks. For a career. I did want to be a police officer, but I couldn't pass the physical test. I couldn't make the mile and a half run in 14 minutes.
Yeah, it's rough,
So,
ain't it? Yeah.
my brother's actually a detective, and he's been a detective. She's what 12, 13 something years now, and he keeps telling me, "Come back, do it again, do it again, do it again." I said, "I don't know." Keep running around that track ready to pass out. So, no, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I got six beautiful kids. They're in the bikes as well. The little ones they're at the track with me every weekend, helping out. And there's no way I could pack up and not pack their stuff up too. Like you going to the
Facts.
track? You know what I mean? Like we going too. The older ones are older. They get their own lives, so they ain't really worried about me too much. But oh, this might be an interesting one. So I said, originally I was into dirt bikes and stuff before, switching over to, motorcycles. So I did the whole 12 o'clock boy thing, ripping and running the streets on the dirt bikes and doing all that. So, you know, so guys used to ask me all the time, because I'm real good with my launches. They said, "How do you launch so good? I mean, you're just so comfortable." And you have guys be up on the starting grid before they even put the board up. They bouncing off the rev limit, and I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, still got a good 10, 15 seconds before anything. So I'll just be sitting there chilling, and then once it's almost go time, it's okay, drop it in gear, and then just launch, and I'm gone. But it's like, how do you do it? I said, playing on dirt bikes and stuff like that, and so. I could wheelie a dirt bike and all that. I did all the crazy wild stuff that the dirt bike boys do. I did
I
that
love
at
it.
one point. So
Um, do you
yeah.
wear a custom suit?
Yes, I do. So Blue Bully is it's a small company. It's a company, a guy named Trini. He owns a company called Blue Bully, and that was the first custom suit that I did. Um, as you could probably see, I'm not the typical size guy. I'm top heavy and then kind of small at the bottom, so the off the rack suits don't really work. Um, so I reached out to him and I got my first custom suit, and I'm like, I'll never buy off the rack suit again. I'll never buy off the rack suit again." And then it's crazy because it's like, everybody think because if it's not Dionysi or Alpine style, like it's not a good suit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no. You can spend 1,200, $1,300 on a off the rack suit that don't really fit that well. And you could spend, I don't know what the prices are now, but I know when I got mine, it was much more affordable than what Alpine Star suit was. So,
Oh, for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, Trenny from Blue Bully. He started out, servicing a lot of the street guys that, wanted to be a bit more safe on the street, like that, on the street. So they, started getting suits and stuff, and then, now he has, even a following in the track world as well.
I love it, man. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I'm a bison ambassador, so I recommend everybody go to bisontrack.com and join the herd, just like what
Mhm.
Jonathan said. I have a lot of friends in the industry that make custom suits. You're not going to go wrong by ordering from any of them. The point
Mhm.
is, get you a custom suit. It makes a world of a difference. But
Oh my
again,
goodness.
my recommendation is bisontrack.com. People go join the herd. Listen, it's 2025. What are you doing buying an off the rack suit anyway? Like,
Mhm.
for what? Right?
It's
Like,
too
it's not
too
going to
many
fit
too
you
many
correct.
options now.
Way too many. And
Yeah.
why wouldn't you want a custom suit tailored, measured specifically for you and your body? You know,
Yeah.
it again, it makes a world of a difference. So, had to throw my plug out there for Bison. It was a good time to do
Mm.
it since we were talking
Yeah,
about the leathers.
I got a buddy trying to get me over to Bison. One of the guys I race with, he's with them as well. I said, hey,
What's his
I'll think
name?
about it. Derek. He's a local club racer, amateur guy.
Okay,
Derek
nice.
Dixon. Yeah.
Derek Dixon. I haven't met Derek, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah, dude. Hey, if you ever want to dabble, man, I'm in a bicycle. Hit me up, man. I'll point you in the right direction, and we can definitely
Mhm.
make it happen. Thing that I love about Bison is they're at every Moto America race weekend. If
Mhm.
you show up in your leather suit and it's not Bison brand, you have a mishap, they'll take care of it, they'll fix it, they'll patch it, they'll sew it to get you back out. But what you
Okay.
can't do is take your Bison suit or whatever suit to Day and Easy or Alpine Star and have them fix it because
Right.
they're going to laugh your
Right.
ass straight out the door, right? So to me, that's what separates them from everybody else in the industry is that full commitment at every Moto America weekend. They're at a lot of club races too as well. So they're there always. Wherever you turn around, you're seeing Bison run around. And to me, that's full commitment and love for this sport.
Mhm.
110%. So yeah, man. Awesome. So um let me ask you this. What's your worst habit?
Eating out. Eating processed fast foods and stuff like. If I had to say now, it's probably my worst habit. I mean, if we're not talking about track related or
No, that's
just
a good
daily,
habit, but yeah.
just daily stuff is just eating out and probably what they call it when you just buy it was an impulse. You purchase
Impulse
things
buying.
on
Yeah.
impulse. I'm like, oh my goodness. So, um, yeah. So if I could stop eating out so much, it could definitely help with the race budget. So
Facts.
now I try to make sandwiches before going to work, or I might stop just to get a Red Bull. Or sometimes I'll make sure when I do my grocery store run and get Red Bull, so I don't have to stop at all. Just try to keep it to spending as little as possible. Just gas going back and forth to work. I'm like, if I can just eat before leaving out, I only work about 7 hours a night. If I can make it back home, and I'll just eat when I get home. So I've been cooking for myself lately, and just trying to just cut back a little bit. So
Every bit
yeah,
helps, man. I
the
feel you,
the
dude.
junk food, man, the junk food. Yep, the sweets and treats and stuff like that. So especially when it gets time to get ready, get back on the bike, it's like, maybe I should be eating some bananas and grapes and fruits and stuff. And then it's like, I'll say, all
Nope.
right, next week I'm going back. I'm racing or I'm doing a track day. I'm gonna start with my bananas on Monday and da 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 da. And look, I got a track day this weekend and I ain't cut back yet. So that's my bad habit.
I feel you on that, man. I'm a sucker for Sour Patch Kids. You open a bag of Sour Patch Kids around me, I'm like, can I get one of them? Matter
Yeah.
of fact, can I get like 5 of those, please? Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel you. It was a struggle for me too. I lost a ton of weight by doing what you just said. Cutting out a lot of the fast food, watching what I eat, listening to what my body's telling me as I eat foods. That's what helped me out a whole
Hmm.
lot. Making homemade salad dressings, cooking a lot at home, vegetables and greens, a lot of raw carrots and cucumbers and all that good stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, man. Everybody knows, dude, I listen to a shit ton of audiobooks. Matter of fact,
Hmm.
I am listening to this audiobook right now. It is called Oh, come on up. Change Your Diet, Change Your Mind.
Oh,
This
okay.
Yep, this is a current book I'm listening to. By Georgia Eddy. I think is
Hmm.
how you say her last name, but it's really good. It's like 16-hour long book. I'm 3 hours into it. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. Do you listen to any audiobooks at all or
No, I don't read much. I still got a boatload of road racing magazine books that come to the house. Um, everything's on the phone now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, I just let them stack up. Every once in a while, I'll pick one up and look through it. But I mean, either social media or just on your phone, you see all the stuff anyway. But no, I don't read as much as I should. To be honest, I have been, reading the Bible a lot more lately. So if I read anything, it's probably that. I try to
I got you.
read at least a page a day, before leaving out for work. But no, I listen to podcasts, but as far as reading, I don't read too much.
Well, I'm gonna recommend the audio book.
Hmm.
You just listen to it. You can download it on your phone. John Hopkins Leathered. It is one of the best audio books I've heard, I've listened to
Hmm.
when it comes to road racing. He leaves it all on the line. He tells the whole story. It's absolutely an amazing journey. Sometimes I feel like when you listen to audiobooks and people are talking about themselves, it's it's I feel like it's not always the truth. It's
Hmm.
how they want you to perceive them, right?
Right.
John Hopkins, dude, he goes through his whole alcohol addiction, pain pill addiction, yada yada
Oh
yada.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He
Yeah,
just
yeah,
did a
dude.
podcast with uh
Pipe dreams.
yeah,
Yep.
yes,
Yep.
yeah, and he was
I, li-
talking about it. Yeah.
I listened to it on the way home from Atlanta. I was like, well, I got 6 hours to burn. This is a 4 hour podcast. Let's go.
Oh wow, yeah. I'm gonna have to look into that. Yeah.
Absolutely, you will.
Send it
And
to me through text when you get a chance. I'll make
I,
sure I don't forget.
I'll hit you up as soon as we get done with this. And dude, so
Yeah.
we have a really good mate of mine in the house right now. Luca Allen, what is up, baby? Luca Allen's a good friend of mine. He comes from British Superbikes. It's his first season
Okay.
in Moto America. Big shout out to CW Moto. That's exactly the team that Luca Allen's riding for. Owner, his name is Chris, and his wife. They're absolutely amazing. My friend Miranda Kane, which come from BTR, Build Train Race, for the past 2 years, is
Okay.
actually working with them on that team. And he actually has a guy, bro, that looks just like Bradley Ray on his team.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Luca, did you notice that? The guy with the glasses looks just like freaking Bradley Ray. I even went up to him. I was like, you know who Bradley Ray is? He's like, yeah. I was like, he looked just like him. Even Chris was like, he does. We was all laughing about it down there at the track. It was awesome. But yeah. So listen, when you guys go to Moto America, make sure you stop by CW Moto. Say hi to Luca Allen, get a picture and an autograph, show all the love and support. Let's
What
go.
what class is he in?
He is in 600 Super Sport. So he
Okay,
come
I'll look
from
for him.
yeah, he come from BSB. He raced a GP2 bike out there. So real quick, out there in British Superbikes, they had the class has gone away now, but a couple years ago they used to have a 600, an R6 or a ZX6R, or you could race a GP2 bike. If you had a GP2 bike, it was fully adjustable, no
Mhm.
motor work, stock motor, but you had infinite adjustments. If you had a ZX6R and R6, you didn't have as many chassis adjustments and all that, but you were allowed to have motor work done.
Mhm.
So he come from the heritage of racing GP chassis. He is
Okay.
absolutely devastatingly fast. He's so cool, so down to earth. Again, bro, make sure you take all your friends out there. Matter of fact, you come to VR, I'll be there. I'll take you straight up. I introduce you to everybody on the team. You get your pictures, autographs, all that good stuff. So yeah, it's I can't wait to see him. And you guys stay tuned because I got Luca coming on the podcast here this Sunday. So let's go.
Mhm.
Um, as far as podcasts go, everybody knows I listen to a lot of podcasts. What podcast do you listen to and that you can recommend to people that are listening?
Um, so anything Moto America or World Superbike related. Steve English have one. I think it's called Paddock Pass Podcast.
I listen to that.
I believe it's Steve English, right?
Um,
Uh,
yeah,
I know he's on there. Pipe Dreams. Obviously. What is it? Greg and Pridmore. Um, I think that's really it. I'll have to go and look, but I usually just type in anything. It's a million and one MotoGP ones, but I try to stick to the stuff that I can really relate to and keep up with. So um, I think those are the main ones: Paddock Pass Podcast, Pridmore and Greg White. James and Corey Alexander. Uh, yeah, so that's pretty much it
You
as
don't
far as the
listen to Pin the
podcast.
Gas podcast? What?
I mean, come on,
I
obviously
know. I'm just
yours. You
messing
know
with
what
you,
I'm
bro. I'm
saying?
messing with
Yeah,
you. I had to
yeah,
throw that in there. It's awesome.
yeah, yeah. Man,
Uh,
I go back and I just with yours. There's so many of them. I just go back and I just watch just random ones. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, for the most part, the podcast is that's it.
I
Yeah, that's
love
it
it.
for the podcast for the most part.
Um, I'm gonna recommend a couple more for you. One is called Chasing the Racing out there in the UK. It's an absolute awesome podcast. Another one is called Off Track in the UK. It's a good mate of mine, Dave Neal. He has a podcast called Off Track. It's Moto America podcast called Off Track too with
Yeah. Oh,
Brothers in
so okay, and I
Christ.
follow that one too.
Right,
Yep.
but he has one out there in BSB called Off Track 2 as well. I'll send you
Okay.
the link. That
Good.
Chasing the Racing and of course Moto PG out there in Australia. They're good mates of mine
Yeah.
that have their podcast too. They're absolutely freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
So
So I got most of them in my library. And like I said, it's just that if I can't follow like whatever they're talking about, it's kind of hard to keep up with it. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So if they're talking about BSB or Hours of Man, sometimes it's just hard to. Sometimes I'll just put it on just to listen anyway. But usually I don't really know the guys that they're talking about, so it's just hard to you know stay
follow.
keep
Yeah,
up with it. So I usually just stick to the ones that I can say, okay, well, I know exactly what you're talking about. So
it makes it
yeah,
easier to relate, and it
yeah,
keeps
yeah,
you
yeah,
it keeps you interested because
yeah,
you know these people. I get it, man. I do. I really do.
yeah.
Um, yeah, man. So listen, we're getting ready to come up on this hour. I'm gonna ask you two more questions. I'm gonna save the rest for our part two. But if you can invite any three people to a track day, dead or alive, it could be Nikki Hayden, Valentina Rossi, George Washington, whoever it is. What three people would you invite to your private track day?
Ooh, let's see. It would probably be. You want to say hi? It's a
Hello,
podcast. You want to say hi? Oh, she walked away. Nosy
love it.
self.
I love it.
Um, um, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe some family members that passed away that didn't get a chance to, experience me racing. I have a buddy that passed away, so we'll jump back to this. But because earlier you asked me, was there anything I wanted to tell people that they don't know about me? So we'll get back to that. But a buddy of mine that passed away, he actually did the track thing well before any of us, like the early '90s, and he had an accident right before I fully converted over to full track, and he passed away. So he's definitely one of the guys. If I could bring back, I would definitely bring him back.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it, man. Um, Lucas says, I'm gonna pull it up here. Loving the top, Chris Simcoe. You already know it, mate. Thank you so much. And then Tim Price says, afternoon. What is up, Tim? How you doing, bro? Um, let me ask you this, man. If you were to plan a bank robbery,
Hmm.
who you bringing with you?
My brother.
Straight up, my brother.
My brother. Yeah.
Is he
But
the
because
driver? Are you the driver?
no, I'm probably gonna be the driver. But uh, when it comes to the trust, I know we good.
I love it.
We good. If he get picked up today or tomorrow, I know he can go do the time, and when he
Mommy's
comes
birthday's
home,
coming up this
I'll have
week.
his stuff ready for him.
I was gonna ask you if we could order him a ski mask because that's what he wanted.
Yeah, Bubba, for sure. You gonna say hi to Jonathan?
Mm-hmm.
He said,
Hello.
uh-huh.
How you doing?
Because yeah, he wants a ski mask
We'll
and Nike
we'll
ski.
get your buddy a Nike ski mask for his birthday. High five,
All right,
homie.
it's in a
All
couple
right.
days,
All
like
right.
30 days.
All right. I got you, homie. I got you. Um, if you could travel back to any era of time, what era and time would you travel back to?
The early 2000s when racing was great.
Was
Well, I'm
great.
not saying that it's not great now, but it was just I don't know, it was something was different. Then it was just I don't know. It's like a lot of things have fell off, over the years. I don't know. It's just I don't know, just my opinion. Like, I don't know, things 15, 20 years ago was just more exciting all the way around the board. Um, so yeah, probably the late 90s, early 2000s.
I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Last question, Jonathan, and then we'll do all the shout outs. I'll let you in the podcast after I give all my shout outs. But um spirit animal, bro. What's your spirit animal?
My spirit animal?
He's
You mean
like,
like my son? Huh?
yeah. Your spirit animal. Like me, I consider myself a dog. I'm just friendly, lovable, right? Like I get along with everybody, positive energy all the time.
Mm. Teddy bear.
Teddy bear, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Yep.
it.
Because well, the people that know me, they say, "Oh, you so grumpy, this, that, and the third," and then, but they know I just got that soft teddy bear side. Like I'm just, once you get to know me, I'm just a big teddy bear.
You're more like a Sour Patch Kid. I'm sweet and then I'm
Yeah,
sour, right? But
yeah,
in a bear. I love it,
yeah.
man. I love it.
So it all
Oh
depends
my
on how the
god.
mood go. Yeah.
One last question.
Mhm.
Superpower. If you had one superpower, Jonathan, what's the one superpower you would have?
To be invisible.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, to be invisible.
A lot of my friends come up, man, they come up with some good answers. Well, one of the best ones I think would be teleportation. And I never thought about it. I'm like, man, how cool would that be? Like me and you could be sitting here right now, and I could be like, dude, I'm gonna bring my laptop, my whole setup. We're gonna do a podcast live from your garage. Bam, and I'm right there, right? How cool would that
Right.
be? Like, oh, I'm going to the
Yeah.
racetrack. Boom. Oh, I'm boom, Australia, wherever you want to go, you're there. So
Yeah.
well, listen, Jonathan, it's been an absolute honor. This has been a lot of fun. Just stay on with me after I end this. We'll go ahead and schedule our next one. I just want to say, first and foremost, thank you for everybody that watches these podcasts. It means so much to me. It's nothing but love to all you guys and girls out there. If you had not had the chance, please go hit that ding, 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 that bell. You guys know the deal and the routine. Big shout out to Next Level Financial. Take control of your financial future. Get your complimentary financial analysis today. Big shout out to bisontrack.com. Again, it's 2025, people. What are you doing with the off the rack suit? Take that suit, give it to a buddy that don't have one, take it to a tailor that can make a purse or a backpack, give it to a Christmas present to a family or one of your friends. Um, Big shout out to Chef Eats, TST Industries, the Clothing Kings. You guys can go to theclothingkings.co.uk and order all your Pendergast merch. Big shout out to Superbike Supply, hashtag do it for dad, SFL Mini GP. So everybody knows I'm a huge fan of SFL Mini GP. If anybody's out there that ever listened to any of these podcasts, I talk about them all the time. If anybody's ever interested in getting their kids into riding or as an adult get into riding, look no further than SFL Mini GP. You guys can go to miniusasbk.com and sign up. They got a full website. It's absolutely amazing. Big shout out to RD Racing and my good buddy Jake Marsh out there. My buddy Jim at Vet2 Track. So if I have any veterans out there, my buddy has a program called Vet2 Track. His whole thing is uh, taking care of PTSD one lap at a time, which is absolutely amazing program. Big shout out to Flying Eyes Optics for all your sunglass needs. 64-degree racing for your undersuits, and also Venom at Venom Sport for your undersuits. I'm good friends with Tate, bro. He sent me 2 custom undersuits, one last year, one this year, and they're absolutely amazing. They're my favorite 2-piece undersuit. There's people out there that like 1 pieces. There's people out there like 2 pieces. I dabble on both sides. I'm like the mid Jedi out here. But as far as 2-piece right now, as I'm talking for the past couple years, yeah, 64-degree racing, my 1 piece, obviously the Bison because it's got the man zipper, which is absolutely imperative. Um, Big shout out to Ghetto Customs, my buddy Chris Parrish. If anybody's out there looking for custom body work, look no further than that. If anybody's in Pennsylvania, look no further than Carnes Performance. If you are in North Carolina, look no further than RTR Ready to Race. And if you're in Virginia, look no further than Coleman Power Sports. Big shout out to KYT Helmets. Big shout out to K-Tech Suspension America. My buddy Birch, Kendall, and Dakari. They will absolutely take care of all your needs. And speaking of that, Next Level Suspension too. My buddy does both sides, the financial and the suspension side. So I wanted to throw that in there. If anybody's ever been interested in doing a track day at a MotoGP track, look no further than McLeo Escapes Track and Tour. Big shout out to Road Racing World. I need everybody to go to roadracingworld.com, sign up and donate for the air fences. If we do not have the air fences, we are not doing no track days. We are not doing no type of racing. Even if it's $50, $100, whatever it is. It all helps. Thank you so much. And if you have the privilege and honor when you show up to Moto America, always offering his 2-up rides. I forget what the minimum donation is. You get a 2-up ride with the legend. He'll show you what it's really like to go ungodly speeds on a bike. That's when you're really going to take a big slice of that humble pie. Big shout out to STG, Brian Van and Max Van. I got a couple buddies out here that makes graphics. So again, they're all my friends. You're not going to go wrong from ordering from any of them, but one of them is Dripping Wet Graphics. Everybody knows Chris Grizel. He's absolute legend. My buddy Reese at REB Graphics, and my buddy Gus Rodeo, which is another legend in the road racing scene. GRG, Gus Rodeo Graphics. So if anybody's out there and wants graphics or any of that done, look no further than those. Any of my BSB guys out there that do track days too, that want to get some coaching, look no further. You can get it done by Mike the Spike Edwards, which is a 6-time BSB legend. You guys can go to v121pro.com and sign up, or mike/edwards.net. Excuse me. Big shout out to BTR, Build Train Race Program. Everybody knows I'm huge into Build Train Race. Their program's absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to see all the girls at VR and hang out with everybody. You guys stay tuned because I got some more of the BTR women coming up, especially the ones that it's their first year in the program. You guys see this thing right here I got going on right here. This is what you call ignoring and multitasking at the same time.
Listen, so my friend JJ's watching it right now. JJ, listen, my dad said we will get you your ski mask for your birthday. Remember?
Your buddy JJ's listening?
See?
Yeah, JJ, we'll get you your ski mask, buddy, for your birthday, okay? No problem. Big shout out to my buddy Ant Lee Terry. He has a program called Racer 411 program and you guys can find all about it at tippingracing.com. Big shout out to California Superbike School UK. Mark 10 Motorsports, Free Hug Racing, BTI Photos, Obsession Engineering, Turn 12, and King's Performance. Man, that's a lot. I need to post my sheet right. I actually need to rewrite it out, but I need to post it up here on the wall so I'm not constantly looking down the whole time. But Jonathan, that's enough of me running my mouth. Oh, real quick. Everybody can go to, have you ever heard of Podbean? Podbean's a free app. You can listen to all your podcasts on. You download it, whatever, Apple, blah, blah, blah. I've been having this issue with Spotify. It's still ongoing, and I don't understand what the issue is. They keep telling me it's not an issue, but every time I look it up, it only shows I got 99 episodes. But if you go to podbean.com or download it on your phone, I got 300. You're my 381st podcast. So I got 381 episodes on there. So you can go in there and just hit shuffle. It ranges from ASBK, BSB, TT, Moto America, World Superbike, yada, yada, yada. So, again, thank you for all the love and support. It means so much to me. One more thing. Big shout out to the guy. Man, I'm so sorry I forget your name that come up to me at Road Atlanta. Funny story real quick. But before you give your shout out to me, my buddy Richard that I stay with, he lives 20 minutes from the track. Shakespeare. I'm trying to remember his first name. He's a racer. We're down there at turn 1 at Atlanta. If you're walking up the hill where turn 1 is, there's parking area right here on the right? And it comes down to this point kind of, and it's gated. Well, he brought this full all-wheel drive car down there, and me and Richard are watching. We're like, dude, there's no way he's getting back up this hill. Like, absolutely, dude, bro. Like, we ended up having to pull him out. My buddy's got a winch on his truck, right? So mid getting ready to start pulling this guy out, this guy rides up on me on an electric bicycle and was like, do you guys need any help? You know, I got a side by side and all this stuff. I was like, nah, I think we got it. He said, I forget your name, but nothing but love. I wish I remember because I'm getting ready to give you a shout out. Bro, he pulls up on me. He made my whole weekend. He says, man, I got to be honest. The only reason why I stopped because I seen the Pin the Gas podcast jacket on because it was cold that night. He's like, man, I just want to let you know I'm a huge fan of your show, blah, blah, blah. Follow you on all the socials. Jonathan, such a humbling moment, bro. I was absolutely honored, dude. I gave him a hug, a high five. I kept telling him, thank you so much. It's an absolute honor to hear stuff like that. Yeah, so I just wanted to tell that little story. Again, I'm sorry, whoever you are out there, hit me up on socials. I got something for you. I'll send it to you in the mail if you ever listen to this, which I'm sure you will. So, yeah, just hit me up on socials. I got something for you, man, and I appreciate all the love and support as well as everybody else listening. Man, that's it, Jonathan. I'm done. The floor is all yours, baby. Take it off.
Not too many sponsors, but is definitely quite a few that really helps out. Sam and Jason at Two Wheel Performance. Anything that I can't handle myself, which it's not a lot, but it's I could do my basic stuff, but anything outside of oil change and brakes, my bikes go to Two Wheel Performance. And Sam's the owner. Jason is one of the mechanics there, and they always get my stuff right and quick. And sometimes it's last minute stuff. Something comes up right before a race weekend, and I'm loading up the trailer, and I realized the plugs or something and fouled out on one of the bikes. You know what I'm saying? I'll make a phone call. Hey, look, I'm supposed to be on my way up the summit. Da 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 da. I'm leaving after work, and hey, drop it off, and it'll be ready by the time you get off work. So Sam and Jason at Two Wheel Performance. Trini from Blue Bully, he hooks me up with the suits and get them out to me pretty quick. As far as just turnaround time. Um, Outside of that, it's just really just a lot of support from friends and family. You know what I'm saying? Siblings, just friends and family. Everyone that support me, you know who you are. I mean, I'll be all day naming everybody that support me, but the ones that do, thank you. I really appreciate it. Uh, Earlier on, I said I want to take a step back. You had asked me something. Is it something that no one really knows about me? So the guy that I told you I would bring him back if I could, that passed away. Well, he passed away in 2015, and when he passed away, you know, just leaving the street scene, I still had a big following, or a lot of people that I knew from the streets. I had put together a memorial ride for him. Um, just put something together real quick. We went up to to see his family and stuff, and that wound up turning into one of the biggest memorial rides on the East Coast. So his name is Chris Beggs. He passed away, like I said, 2015. So this will be the 10th year of doing the memorial ride, and you could go on YouTube and just type in Chris Beggs Fallen Ride, a memorial ride. It started out a memorial ride just for him, and then I turned it into a fallen ride for all riders that we've lost, whether track, street, whatever the case may be. When I do that ride once a year, it's the one time everybody said, "You don't ride on the street no more?" I said, "Nope." I said, "But it's one time I'll bring my track bike out, full others and everything, and come out with everyone and do that ride." So once a year, it's usually held at the end of July, and we do a nice decent ride, and that ends with a cookout and everything. But I want to thank all the people that come and support every year. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people. So if you go on YouTube and pull it up, it's a big ride, a big ride. So yeah, just got to give a huge shout out to all them guys that come out and support every year. And, we should right now we probably should be planning on and talking about the one coming up this year. So eventually I want to start getting, other, because I know everybody has their own little thing from state to state, or whatever the case may be. So I want to try to bring more people together and just again, to remember the people that we lost. You know what I'm saying? We had a guy that passed away last year, Memorial Weekend at Summit Point. Um, and like, this year he was added to it last year, but just a chance to remember all the people that we lost to the streets. And also I noticed you gave Chris Ulrich and the road racing fun, or however you say it, a shout out to them. I would like to give them a shout out myself, because that air fence actually saved me in 2022. uh the guy that passed away last year at Summit, same thing happened to him. He wasn't so fortunate. I think he went, I believe I wasn't there, I had left, but I believe he went over the air fence, so he missed it. I was lucky, and I went parallel, uh, straight into the airbag, not head first, not feet first, not anything. Just my whole body just went into the side of the airbag. But had that airbag not been there, then I might not be here to tell about it. So Like now when I, for the race weekends, I try to get there early and sign up for air fence setup. So um, without them air fences, things could be a lot worse.
100%. And not
Yeah,
only that, big shout out to all the corner marshal workers too, as
yeah,
well. People don't realize, the work that goes in for the corner marshals to come out there on track, be all day out in the heat, the sun, the rain, the cold, and all their love and support. Again, if we didn't have them, we wouldn't be showing up. So air
hmm
fence, corner marshals, ambulance, no show
yeah,
without any one of them. So yeah, huge shout out to again, uh, Road Racing World. Just go to roadracingworld.com, donate to the air fence,
yeah.
and we thank you 110%. But yeah, listen, I gotta run. I got somewhere I gotta be. This has been an absolutely proper mega time. Thank you so much, Jonathan Tiller, for sitting in the hot seat with me today. It's been a lot of fun, man. I cannot wait to sit back down with you for part two and catch back up and talk more about the 2025 seasons and those
Yeah.
trophies you keep collecting. So yeah, man, I appreciate it. Just down with me for 1 second. But on that note, good night, world. We'll see you next time. All right, let me end this. Look at the balloons. I don't even know how.
Calling all two-wheel enthusiasts, get ready to rev up your earbuds with Pin the Gas Podcast, the ultimate motorcycle racing podcast, hosted by Chris Simcoe, one of our very own excellent leaders here in Roanoke, Virginia. With expert analysis, behind-the-scenes stories, and exclusive writer interviews, Pin the Gas Podcast delivers the adrenaline rush of the racetrack straight to your ears. Whether you're a diehard fan or a curious newcomer, you'll gain insights that will transform how you watch and understand motorcycle racing. On your favorite podcast app, join Simcoe as he takes you on a high-speed journey through the world of motorcycle racing. Pin the Gas Podcast.